Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for PowerBookII, Ghost Season 2, Episode 8, Drug Related. All right, so Tariq's trial starts today. Prosecution gives their opening statement. You know, she tries to get ahead of everything by giving away the defense. By giving away their defense. She said they're gonna come to you with the Black Lives Matter stuff. Don't believe it. Don't buy it. David Method Man is true to this, so he gets up and spins it all. In his opening statement, he got juror number 6 on his side because she's sitting there like, yeah, and he got railroaded. Yes, he did. Sure did. She on his side already. Prosecution continues. They believe that he murdered Jabari with Ramirez's gun to throw them off his scent. She tells the jury that, you know, they will hear his confession clear and on tape. Davis is like, objection, what tape? We ain't heard nothing about no tape. So, of course, the judge is like, come on and approach the bench. Davis says that there was nothing in discovery about a tape. What is this about a tape? The judge, he says also, where's the expert witness or where's anybody to authenticate said tape? So Sneaky Link says that they didn't mention the tape because they, fear for the witness's protection, fear for her life and all of that. Because people around Tariq end up dead. Nope. Tariq deserves, he has the right to face his accuser, and I got the right to cross-examine. So who is it? Who is it? Y'all know that Michael Jackson song? If you don't, listen, tune in, because it's a good one. It's one of my favorites. Anyway, the judge says that prosecution will turn over the tape and the witness will have to testify in court to authenticate. Okay, and he also got to add that the recording is for Davis's and his team's ears only, not the clients. Don't try it. Okay, and they're gonna reconvene the next day. Effie and Braden, they meet with Freddie. And Freddie is, Braden's old friend, I guess. He and Trace's old drug dealer. He's come to, show them the product that he has. And Effie, she already not seeing it for him. She get a little taste, of the cocaine. And she's like, oh, no, this ain't it. This been stepped on. What's this? My clients are too high class for this. They not even finna go for it. The man, of course, started packing up his stuff. Freddie say, listen, I know when I'm not wanted. Peace. And so he's out of there. Braden, of course, is worried because it's like, we got to get this money. We got to help Tariq get this money. Like, he's going to need this money. What are we supposed to do? They both sitting there and get notifications of all these pending transactions sitting there, pending orders, I should say, sitting there waiting on their drugs. Okay, Elvin, he stops Tariq after court, and tells him that there's a family that wants to adopt Yaz. And in Ghost's will, he wanted her to be adopted. He wanted her last name changed. And he also wanted adoption records sealed. So, yeah, he didn't want Tariq being able to get that girl at all. I mean, he set it up before he died. Maybe thinking that the entire family would be wiped out and that Yaz would be left alone. Either way, Ghost be on some other shit. When he was gearing up and writing out this will and taking care of his last, things, he something else. Anyway, Davis, he walks up, asking, any idea who recorded him talking about, talking motives. And of course, it don't make sense to Tariq. He don't be running his mouth. He don't know. Davis says that he's on it, but not until he gets paid. Like, listen, where's my money? Where is my money? He asked for a little bit more time, and he's like, okay, listen, let's put a clock on it. You got till tomorrow, or I'm gonna leave you with some, what you call them? Damn. Oh my God. What is the attorney's? What is the title? Public defender. That's what it is. I'm like, which one is it? Which one is it? The public defender. He said he gonna leave him with the public defender, so he better get it together. Okay, Monet, she pops in on Diana, you know, asking where Lorenzo and Drew went. She says that she doesn't know, you know, they don't tell me nothing. Monet is like, that's not good. If they got to keep us in the loop. If we don't know what's going on, like, that's not good. She's like, I know you've been sneaking behind my back. So if you happen to find something about your father, you know, let me know. And I might start, you know, trusting you again. I might, like, just maybe. She gets a call. Wait, did she get a call? Because I don't want to. Yeah, her phone keeps ringing. And it's Mecha Dante. And she tells, oh, wait, because Diana asks, you know, who's calling? And she tells her, if you must know, it's Zeke's agent. I got to take this. Girl, okay, whatever. Anyway, she sneak out there and go to her room. And, of course, Diana is on her heels, and she listening at the door, and Monet in there loud mouth. Why you keep calling me? You gonna have to stop calling me. And he's on the other line like, I need to see you. I need to see you. Holding an engagement ring and everything. He's just so smitten and in love. He's still vying for her affection. And again, the whole time Diana's just sitting there listening to the whole conversation. Kane, he pops in and interrupts while they're talking, and he tells him, you know, that the shipment is there, you know, at the door, and he's just like, going on now, I'm on the phone. You know how your mama do. I'm on the phone. And he get back on the line, still trying to smooth talk her and everything. And Monet is like, listen, that's what we had in the past. I need you to let that go. I am not that broke bitch anymore that you knew from back in the day. I'm different now. I'm different, and I'm not about to play these games with you. And she just hangs up on him. Of course, the whole time, like I said, Diana was listening. She was listening outside the door. Lauren, she is a witness. Okay, so she has to speak to Tariq's prior knowledge about the novel being about him. She don't want to do it. You know, her parents are there. Professor Milgram, they all sitting up in there basically telling her she don't have no choice. Diana, she's snooping around her mama room, looking through drawers, you know, whatever. And she finds a Bible in a shoebox. And she opens it, and it's from Wilmington Regional Hospital. And then she's thumbing through it and finds a picture of a baby. And she turns it over, and the name is Ezekiel Cross. And so she looks at it again. Wait a minute, this is a hospital? Wilmington Regional Hospital. So her wheels start turning, and so she calls the hospital and asks them for a birth certificate for Zeke. I mean, she gives them the birth date, with the year being 2002, and they like, oh no, we ain't got nobody by that name. We ain't got nobody by that name. Okay, Tariq, he gets back to his room, and Brady and Effie are waiting for him. You know, they fill him in on the plug, falling through and all of that. And Tariq say he may have a plan, but it includes the Tejadas. And they might not be here for it, but they're going to have to reach out anyway. Kane, he at the house trying to figure out how to get Davis's money as well. You know, everybody owe Davis. While they're thinking about it, Tariq calls, and Kane is like, man, fuck that nigga. And Monet is like, we need him. Let me answer this. Hello? What you got going on? She needs all the help that she can get. Braden, Effie, and Tariq, they meet with Monet and Kane, you know, at a disclosed location. And Tariq suggests that they rob the Connect. Not them per se, but they're gonna get the GTG boys involved and frame them, put it all on them so that their hands are clean. Monet is like, I like this idea. So everybody has a role to play. Braden gonna go in there and install the man at the front desk. Effie got her job. The guap boy gonna come in there. He gonna do a job. And, and everybody, and they'll have the product that they need. Kane says that they're going to need Drew's help as well, so they go and solicit his help. And he say, I'll only help if I can kill that nigga, that guap nigga, once all this is finished. If I can do that, then I'm down. Oh, and Diana can't know any of this. Diana and Lorenzo, that is, especially Diana, because she'll just tell Lorenzo. And Drew is just like, oh, well, you can just get Tariq to keep her busy. You know, if he get to calling, she'll come running. We already know that. So that's the plan. I guess they had told Tariq what the plan was, because Tariq is walking and he texts his Diana, you know, and asks her, can she come to court? You know, it'll be nice to see a familiar face. I feel like he didn't even get the message sent before she was texting back. Sure, of course I'll be there. Tariq, he meets with Davis Method Man, you know, and he tells him that he has that recording, you know, and it will be very illegal and very unethical, you know, if I let you hear this. If I press the space bar, you know, my practice could be called into question. Like, I could be disbarred if I hit the space button. But let me go on out here and get some water. I'm gonna go out and get some water. I'm just gonna leave this open. Do you get my drift? And Tariq's sitting there stupid, and then it's like, oh, okay, all right. And so he, you know, going on around there and mashes play. And the first voice he hears is Lauren. He's like, oh, not my baby. Not Lauren. Yes, it was Lauren. So he storms out of there, and Sax, you know, catches up to him like, I couldn't help but overhear that you was listening to that tape. Don't go do nothing St. Patrick-ish, okay? Please, thank you. Don't go killing the girl. I mean, it really wasn't her fault. Like, she kind of got involved, you know, like haphazardly. She kind of got drug into it. She didn't really want to turn you in, but that's just how it happened. You know, he tells her there were drugs in her room and all of that. And then Sax just be having diarrhea at the mouth, just talking. And Carrie comes out of his mouth. And so now it's like, wait, Carrie was involved. Professor Milgram? What she had to do with this? So now you got to be worried about him going to go find Professor Milgram and Lauren. But, you know, Tariq ain't on that. He tells him to stay away from Lauren and Carrie. And, of course, he's like, how am I supposed to do that? I got class with them people first thing in the morning. What you mean stay away from them? Sax and Sneaky Link, they in there hunching like they always do. And she's just not that into it. Her mind is just not there. He start kissing her, trying to get her in the mood. And she's like, what you doing? Ain't kissing. We don't go together. And he's like, would it be bad if we did? All right, listen. Have a good night. We ain't about to have this conversation. We are not about to do it. She's somebody that definitely runs from commitment. Strictly about sex with her. That's it. And girl, you need to go find you a dildo, because you can't play with people's emotions. Like, sex comes with emotion. Or did you not know that? Or did you not understand that eventually somebody gonna catch feelings? Anyway, she changes the subject, you know, to the case or whatever. And when she mentions the witness, Sax just blurts out again, oh yeah, Lauren, Tariq's girlfriend. She's like, how you know that they're, you know, together? Oh, I heard the tape for myself. Or did your client tell you that? Did he hear that tape? And Sax is like, not to my knowledge, he didn't. Did he hear it? Yes or no? And he says, I didn't play it for him. Y'all, I couldn't do nothing but just pause the TV and just gather myself and regroup, because of the stupidity. Why are you doing this, Sax? Again, you are on the defense side now. You defending criminals. Get over it. So whether they did it or not, it ain't your job to be throwing little truths out there to help the prosecution. Like, shut your ass up. Shut up. Anyway, she put him out and immediately calls Carrie, who is in class at the time. And what's her name? Lauren is not in class, but Tariq is in class. And, you know, class is going on, and her phone continues to ring, and she finally takes it and steps outside. And, of course, it's Sneaky Link telling her, you know, that Davis has the recording, and he absolutely played it for Tariq. She immediately hangs up like, oh, my God, Lauren's not in class. So when she leaves, you know, she has to go and try to figure out where Lauren is. And when she gets to Lauren's room, Tariq is in there. Listen, all the color was just washed out of her face. Sis was scared. She was scared. He confronts her for how she swindled Lauren, into wearing that wire. He posturing up to her and everything, like getting all, like walking closely. He knows that she's scared of him, and he's using that to his advantage. But he plays Jedi mind tricks on her and gets her to believe that, she put Lauren in harm's way and that she should be the one to testify instead of Lauren. And she's like, I can't lie. Oh, you can lie. Ain't that what you was just doing? You can lie. You can lie, but this time it's for a good cause, right? Okay, Monet and Lorenzo, they're talking about the good old days, Diana comes in there wanting to talk to Monet, and Monet kind of like brushes her off. She got stuff to do. She got things to do, and Diana's like, okay, fine, forget it. And she dressed like she going out. When I say Diana's waist is this little, her waist is this little. Oh my goodness. I don't even remember having a waist that little. And when I did not appreciate it. So appreciate your small waist, Diana, because it might not always be there. It might not always be there, okay? Look at me sounding like the bitter mother that lost her girlish figure. Anyway, let me get down off my soapbox. Okay, Diana. She tells them that she's about to go to Zeke's game. And when she leaves, of course, Monet goes snooping. And she don't find too much, but she does find some condoms, in her purse. And it's like, can you be mad when you find condoms? Because it's like, good job for being responsible, but who you having sex with and why you feel like you need to be having sex, But finding condoms, good on you for being safe. Good on you for being safe. That's all I'm thinking about. We can be happy about the little things. Actually, that's big picture. Because you ain't bringing no grandchildren around here. No STD. You're safe. Practice safe sex if you're going to be sexing, okay? Public service announcement. Thank you. Anyway. Okay, Monet. No, not Monet. Carrie. She goes to Sneaky Link, and says that, she knew that Tariq knew about the book, so she can testify instead of Lauren, to protect Lauren, of course. And, she's like, why you ain't say nothing sooner, girl? Come on, let me get you on this witness list. They let Carrie testify, and she testifies that Jabari told her about the book, and that, as well as, Tariq being his source, and Jabari also spoke to her, also told her that he spoke to Tariq about, him being, the book of being about him and all of that, days prior to his death. Sneaky Link also asked, well, why didn't you come forward earlier with this? And she says that she didn't know, she wasn't fully aware until she read the manuscript for herself, and then she could conclude that Tariq had a motive in the murder. Okay, now it's Davis's turn to cross-examine, and when I say he drags, he pulls the whole card. And it's, so wasn't you sleeping with Detective Overzealous? One didn't y'all have a past? I mean, that was so many, but you had a sexual relationship with Detective Kevin Overzealous, right? Okay, and we already know what you done did with Jabari. What about me? We used to fuck too, right? And she has to say yes. And the jury is like, oh my God. It speaks to credibility. I said, well, then people can't just be loose in the cooch and be credible witnesses. See how they do women? You see how they do women? Anyway, he drags her on the stand, and it's really bad. Monet and Lorenzo, they down at the boardwalk down in Coney Island, having a little romantic walk through the cold air. They trying to rekindle the love, trying to get it back. She's really just keeping him busy, so the plan can proceed without a hitch. Kane is with Mecca, loading up the guns, and Kane asks, we prepping for a war? Like, what's going on? And Mecca just said he stay ready, so he ain't got to get ready. The chef comes in there to look for something, and Mecca asks him to retrieve some, I guess because he asked him to go gather up the guns. And as he's doing that, the power goes out. So of course everybody's like, what's that about? Mecca asked the chef to go check it out, and then the chef is like, oh, Kane, that's your job. I asked you. Don't be trying to redesignate the job after I tell your ass to go do the job. Now get to it, chef. When the chef leaves, and Mecca gets this call from the headquarters, and the GTG boys are there at the place right now, robbing and killing and shooting everybody. And before he can even hear what's happening, of course he already knows that they're being robbed. And they found the stash. Some more Mecca's guys come in and with their guns ablazing. Like, it's just a shootout. It's a shootout. Back at Mecca's house, Kane, looking worried or whatever, and Mecca's like, what's wrong? Go ahead and share. What's going on? And he's just like, there's something. This feels like something I done before, like with the GTG boys, so he planted the seed, went on ahead and planted the seed. When they leave, Kane makes sure to leave the door unlocked behind him for Drew and them. Brayden, Drew, and Guap, they waiting outside to wait on Mecca to leave. And once he leaves, Guap, gets the text that the job is done over there at the headquarters. He upset because, a few casualties, but it is what it is. So they on the move after Mecca leaves. Brayden goes inside, he goes up there to, help them get up there to the condo. Well, Drew. Brayden's job was to distract the person at the front desk. Effie was supposed to get security out of the building. She took her keys. Then Drew goes up there to the condo, and, he's with Guap, just walking behind him, letting him talk or whatever, because he'll be dead soon. Back over there with Mecca, Kane, and the chef, they make it to the headquarters, and seeing all the casualties and all of that. And Mecca sends the chef back to his house, to retrieve more tools, so they can go run have a little visit with the GTG people at their headquarters. Kane is like, ooh, I got to go back to the house too. I'll help. And he's like, oh, no. Let him go. You stay here. In the stairwell, Drew and them, walking up the stairs, Drew pulls his gun on Guap. And instead of just pulling it and maybe saying, thank you for the money. Oh, because when they were walking, Guap, give him some tokens of his appreciation. I know we ain't always been cool, but here goes some gold teeth, and then, a little bit of cash. I think we should be good now. And Drew just pulls his gun and he mentions that, thank you for the money, but it was mine anyway. Boom! That's when you're supposed to shoot him. But you just running off, just talking, just casually talking. What? Shoot that man. So anyway, of course, and like anybody's gonna do, you give me enough time, I'm gonna try to get this gun up off you. And so he knocks it out of his hand and it flies down the stairs. And so now they're tussling, and Drew gets the better, gets the best of him, and he like chokes him out. Like his face was shaking and everything. It was like, like he was really getting him, giving it all he got. And so that's that. And he just throws him down the trash chute. Okay, Diana, she home cooking, waiting on everybody. She calls Kane. And of course Kane gets the call and he ends up leaving. Drew, he's inside at Mecca's house, and he in there wandering around. He finds the money, gets the ring and all of that. And while he's inside, he hears that door open, and it's the chef. And so the chef pop in, to get all the guns. Drew has to hide. While he's hiding, he texts Kane, somebody's here, what the fuck? And so, of course, Kane is on his way. The chef is, walking in his direction. And so he sneaks into a closet, and it's a closet full of guns. So he's going to be coming in there anyway. And I'm like, you just better be standing there just like this, just ready to shoot his ass when he come through the door. Because you in here, and he finna come in here in a second, just about a minute. Kane finally makes it back in the house. He's like, chef! Running in the door, to distract him. And while he's distracting him, Drew kind of, you know, scurries on out the door, gets in the car, and it's like, drive, bitch, drive. He ain't got time to talk, just drive. Okay, Tariq. He pays Davis with the ring that they got. And, you know, I guess it's worth just enough. Davis, he'll take it. He's like, I see you protecting your little girlfriend. It's cute or whatever. Oh, and having Carrie get on the stand. Smart move. Smart move, because I was going to drag Lauren's ass. Anyway. It's time for the family dinner. And, y'all, this scene here was so climatic. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Anyway, everybody's all been saying that it reminded them of the Why Did I Get Married? The scene from Why Did I Get Married? The dinner scene that they had when, you know, shit hit the fan and Jill Scott bust my man's over his head, you know, for what he had to say about their marriage and all of that. But anyway, it's time for dinner. Everybody home, ready to eat. Diana want to know where everybody been. And Monet is like, well, you know, me and your father, we went to Coney Island. Where were you? No, Diana gonna say, oh, so y'all really went. Yes, we really went. Where were you? Oh, I went to Zeke's game like I said I was going to do. And Drew was like, oh, yeah, me too. And Zeke says, I didn't see y'all at the game. And Drew is like, I didn't see you at the game, Diana. And then Monet is like, who was you with? And then Kane says, probably Tariq's ass, but Tariq going to jail, so she gonna have to find her another skinny nigga to cupcake with. As he puts on his chapstick, I was cracking up because it was the shade of it all. Anyway, and then Diana, she's you know, talking a little bit too much about Tariq's case. So they like, how you know about Tariq's case? Because of course she says he ain't going to jail. Girl, how you know? How you know about the case? You still fooling around with Tariq? How you know about all of that? And Diana, of course, first she spills Kane's tea. Kane is the one that stepped on the product, sugared up the product, and, you know, robbed us so that he could be the connect. Oh, really, Kane? Did you do that? Kane stands in it. Did. Sure did. And I definitely did. Because I had to. Oh, and since we talking about stuff, he didn't do Drew didn't do what you told him to do and kill Everett. Oh, so Everett's still alive. Is he? And then Zeke looking shook like, y'all was gonna kill my teammate? Why? Cause that's why, Zeke, he's trying to get up, talking about, I just can't do it. I gotta go. He's heard enough. I can't be, I'm done with y'all. I'm done. I'm leaving. And Monet stops him from leaving or whatever. And Diana chimes in, you know, and it's like, you can't leave. You know, you mama's plan. You're Monet's biggest plan to get out this life. You're the plan. You're it. And then Monet snaps, you know, like, bitch, you got a lot of nerve. When you've been running around here lying to me about seeing Tariq and you around here fucking Tariq. And everybody's like, what? Kane says, I knew it. I knew you let him hit. And then Diana has had enough. And Diana just lays it out, just drops the ball. And she's like, oh, I'm not the only one that's been fucking people I shouldn't be fucking. You fucking some nigga named Dante. Who is Dante? And Monet, of course, just looks crazy, looking cheap. She can't really say nothing. And she tells him, wait, because I don't want to get none of this wrong. Okay, yeah, when she says that she been screwing around with Dante, she says, excuse me, Zeke's father. And everybody again is like, oh, Zeke's father? Yep. She pulls out this birth certificate and slams it on the table. This is Zeke, that was your daddy. And he's like, Auntie, that's not my father, is it? But that's not my father, is it, Auntie? Is it, Auntie? That ain't your auntie, boy. She's your mother. You weren't born in 2002. You was born in 98. You 23, not 19. I was like, what? Now, I expected for the whole, I expected, okay, Zeke is Monet's son. We found that out. Okay, we was expecting that to come out. But I was not expecting for this man to be 4 years older than what he's portraying to be. And why? And how? And then Kane is like, so you older than me? He's your oldest son? So how? How if Kane is born in 97? Y'all done already told us Kane's birthday is October something 1997. And so how? How was y'all passing Zeke off as 4 years younger than he is? How? Especially when he got up to like 4 or 5 years old. Like how? How was he sitting up in preschool being as big as he was? Oh, the writers just, I guess they thought that was going to go over our head. No. We didn't even need to know the age or none of that, because now it don't make sense. But anyway, they done dropped the ball. Like Diana just done dropped the bomb on everybody. Of course, they want to know, Lorenzo wants to know if it's all true and all of that. She can't really do nothing but be honest, because she's confronted with the truth. And he asks her, well, he just tells her, I think that you should leave. Damn, girl. She should have been like, you know what? I got a man at home that loves me. He want to take me away from all of this. Fuck all of y'all. Every last one of y'all, you can have your daddy. Since y'all want to be daddy's kids, after it's been me for the past 12 years, caring for y'all's asses, okay? I would have mooned them and then just walked out the house. Because they got her messed up. I ain't like that. And I don't really see it from Monet like that. But this right here, Diana, girl, you on borrowed time with me. You on borrowed time with me. I did not like that. Just done really blew up your mama's spot like that. For what? Granted, Monet is a terrible mother. She is a terrible mother. Like, she's just not nurturing mother material. It's just very much survival. And that doesn't lend itself to, a healthy, should I say, children with a sound mind. It just doesn't make for that. Anyway, Mecca and his crew, they're tying up loose ends at the GTG headquarters, still shooting up folks, random strays, I guess. The product isn't there though. So Mecca, out of nowhere, he's thinking it's a mole. It's got to be a mole, got to be inside. And Kane is getting nervous because he's feeling like, oh, he's on to me. And he just, the chef right up in here, and the chef is just dying. Kane just be looking like, shit. He be trying to keep it cool, but I can tell he be shook and scared, okay? No sudden moves. When he leaves, because he tells him go get some gear so we can clean this shit up. He leave with this smile on his face like he just got away with it. But Mecha Dante looking at him like, I know it was your ass. And you lucky. I done put a trust in your name for you and your and your siblings. I love your mama. You lucky. Because if not, it'd have been you. Okay. Carrie, she at the house and she get a text from Dean Wong saying, we're gonna need you to come on early. Come on in early tomorrow so we can fire you. Because that's the only reason why they want her to come in early, so they can just let her go. We're gonna give you a little time to gather your things. She about to text Zeke back, because he texts her wanting to see her. She about to text him and she gets a knock at the door, and it's Monet. Monet says she's looking for Zeke, Then she's just like, I just lost my whole family tonight. Like, over a lifetime of lies. And Carrie's like, girl, you want a drink? Me too. I just lost my job, my career, my integrity. Child, I know all about it. Excuse me. And Monet is looking at her like, Zeke gonna come here. And if he has you to fall back on, he won't need me. And I was like, Monet, what the fuck? What the hell, girl? What you thinking about doing? We already know what she thinking about doing. Anyway, Brayden He at the back at the room just embellishing, you know, talking about his time today, you know, all the fun that they had and how the plan worked out. And Tariq you know, Tariq got a lot going on. Effie notices and, you know, asks to have a little privacy with Tariq. Y'all already know what it's gonna give. It's gonna be kissing up, rubbing up, filling up, sexing up when it's them. I said Tariq get all the ass. Tariq was with Diana the night before. You know, if Lauren was in good standing with him, she would have been on the list as well. He just rotating them in and out, just rotating them in and out. Effie in there telling him, well, he tells her that, you know, Lauren was the one with the wire, and she's just like, I knew you couldn't trust that girl. Like, them kind of girls, the rich girls, the school girls, the studious girls, yeah, no. They're not good for this. You picked the wrong one. You chose the wrong one. You should have chose me. You should have chose all this. So, you know, he chooses her tonight, I guess. Zeke, he ends up at Carrie's apartment, just like we thought he would. He opens the door because it's cracked. Carrie. And then he's like, and then they pan in, and there her feet are just dangling. I said, oh, damn. Monet killed her. We already know she killed that woman and hung her and strung her up in her own house to make it look like a suicide. I mean, because it's definitely plausible. Nobody's going to look into that. Nobody's going to think otherwise. She just got drugged on the stand for all her hoish ways. She's losing her job and all of that. So, yeah. Damn. I mean, I knew her time was coming. I knew it was coming soon. I can't say that I'm glad. I'm not glad that she's gone. But it was time. It was sure enough time for that character to fizzle out. So there's that. Sorry, girl. Let me get off of here. I wish that I had time to like keep it rolling. I have two more videos that I need to get recorded, but it's 7 o'clock and y'all already know I have children. I got to get these kids homework done, school clothes ironed, you know, all that. The whole routine has to get going like now. So these children are in bed on time. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby. I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.